Welcome to the official channel of Sheikh Hamdan, a space where courage meets compassion, and legacy meets revolution. Today, we witness something that will echo through generations, a story not of disobedience, but of destiny. A royal heart daring to challenge centuries-old norms, stepping beyond the golden walls of tradition, and showing the world that even in the palace, freedom has a voice. This is the story of a prince who refused to be confined by rules that dimmed his light, a royal rebellion unlike anything Dubai or the world has ever seen. For years, the royal family stood as a symbol of elegance, unity, and silence. But silence is not always peace. Sometimes it is the storm before transformation. Sheikh Hamdan, known for his poetic soul and fearless ventures, decided that it was time for a new era. A time where truth was louder than whispers, where love was not hidden behind protocol, and where leadership meant authenticity, not perfection. His journey toward this rebellion began not in grand halls, but in moments of quiet reflection, when the voice of his heart grew stronger than the expectations around him. He began breaking barriers with grace, not by rejection, but by redefinition. Sheikh Hamdan didn't turn away from his heritage, he reimagined it. Every decision he made became a statement that modern royalty can be both noble and raw, disciplined yet daring. From embracing the people beyond formalities to sharing his verses of vulnerability online, he invited the world into his soul. His rebellion wasn't against the crown, it was against the limits placed upon it. The royal court watched with awe and hesitation as Hamdan began to express what few dared to say aloud. His words weren't scripted by advisors, they were born from experience, love, and pain. The prince who once followed every tradition began to reshape what tradition meant. He taught that respect does not come from silence, but from honesty. That the truest strength of a royal is not in perfection but in connection, in being real enough to inspire, even if it shocks the old order. His poetry began to shift tones, from the romantic and serene to the revolutionary and raw. Each line he wrote became a soft rebellion wrapped in beauty. The world began to listen, not just because of his title, but because of his truth. Hamdan's rebellion wasn't an act of arrogance, it was an act of awakening. He showed that to evolve as a leader, one must first evolve as a human. Social media became his battlefield of transformation. He shared glimpses of his thoughts, unfiltered moments of his life, his adventures, and even his heartbreaks. To the old guard, it was risky. To the youth, it was revolutionary. The prince was no longer an untouchable icon. He was a mirror of what many wished they could be. Brave enough to live authentically, no matter the cost. But rebellion never comes without resistance. Whispers turned into debates, and admiration met with disapproval. Some said he was too bold, too emotional, too free. Yet, Hamdan remained composed, for he knew that true reform often begins with discomfort. The greatest revolutions are not about noise but about quiet persistence, and his silence spoke louder than any argument. Behind palace doors, change was happening. The younger royals began to look at Hamdan differently, not as the rule breaker, but as the torchbearer. His actions reminded them that leadership is not inherited, it's earned through purpose. And slowly, the kingdom began to feel a shift. What once seemed impossible, a royal openly expressing individuality, became the foundation of a new chapter in Dubai's royal legacy. Hamdan's rebellion reached far beyond his family. Around the world, young people looked to him as a symbol of fearless authenticity. He inspired artists, dreamers, and thinkers to challenge the molds society placed upon them. His courage gave rise to a global conversation: can tradition and freedom coexist? Hamdan's life answered with grace: yes, if one has the heart to balance both. in moments of solitude. And yet, the story of Sheikh Hamdan's royal rebellion is far from over. The world continues to watch as he builds a bridge between what was and what will be. The old traditions still linger like shadows across the palace corridors, but Hamdan has learned how to walk through them without fear. His journey is not about destroying the past but weaving it into a tapestry of modern meaning. Every time he steps into a public event, his aura carries that silent defiance, a message to all that greatness does not come from obedience alone but from the courage to question what no longer serves the soul. The people of Dubai have witnessed this evolution firsthand. Once, they saw him as a symbol of royal perfection, untouchable, flawless, distant. Now, they see him as one of their own, a man who laughs, dreams, fails, and rises again. The shift in his image is not a loss of prestige but a gain of humanity. He has turned the golden throne into a symbol of empathy. His leadership is no longer defined by power but by presence, the ability to stand among his people, not above them. This transformation, more than any speech or decree, has made him unforgettable. Behind the scenes, Hamdan's rebellion has inspired quiet revolutions within hearts close to him. Young royals have begun to pursue their passions openly: poetry, art, philanthropy, and innovation, without fear of stepping beyond royal expectation. His courage gave them permission to breathe. For the first time, the palace walls echo not with restraint, but with creativity. Even the elders who once doubted his path now see that tradition, when guided by wisdom and love, can evolve without losing its soul. Sheikh Hamdan has proven that rebellion can coexist with respect, that to break rules wisely is to honor the future. Internationally, his influence continues to ripple. World leaders, artists, and influencers speak of him not merely as a prince, but as a reformer of thought. His humility, his refusal to let rank define him, has redefined what it means to lead in the modern age. He represents the merging of two worlds, the sacred past and the limitless future. Through his journey, he has shown that even within the grandest palaces, freedom is not a privilege of birth but a right of being. His every word and gesture now carry the weight of symbolism, that royalty, at its purest, is not about separation, but connection. This rebellion wasn't fought with swords or speeches but with sincerity and courage. It taught the world that rebellion is